Who that on me? Who that on three? What's up, Saints fans? It's your boy, the Who That's Hitting here. You bring it back with a video, bro. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, let's talk about it, man. I've been following this guy his whole life. He's always been compared to my guy. Well, I've been having issues, having conversations with some other YouTubers, preferably Tim Sports Talk and Jared's Corner. By the way, go like and subscribe to those guys. And I came to the realization that they can both suck it. They can both suck it. This Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees stuff was stupid at the beginning. How dare you? How dare you compare Aaron Rodgers with Drew Brees? Okay? It's nowhere near close at this point. Have you seen what this man Aaron Rodgers has been doing? Bruh, this dude make no sense. He has one Super Bowl. Him and Brees got one Super Bowl. After that, after one Super Bowl, they got to compare to MVPs, awards, stats, and etc. and play on the field. For as long as I know, Brees has been way more consistent than Rodgers, has been a better leader than Rodgers, has been an overall better player than Rodgers. Don't get me wrong here. Aaron Rodgers got the superior arm talent. Ain't nobody being Aaron Rodgers' arm talent except for Patrick Mahomes. But when you break the film down, when you look at the games, when you go from game to game, watching them, bruh, Rodgers was not better than Brees his whole career. Rodgers has always been an underachiever. Okay? And then don't get me started on the MVPs. Listen, the MVP award is not an award that really makes no sense. Instead of what the player actually has done or earned, you know, the numbers he put up week after week, you know, the amount of effort he has to do just to get a win. Just think about it. Just think about it as a whole, Saints fans. Just think about it as a whole. Brees, when he had the worst defense in the league, he had to put up 40 points a game just to win. 40 points a game just to win. He had to sling it out with almost top-tier quarterbacks on a single-night basis because his defense was trash. Rodgers would not sling it out with another person. He wouldn't. It was either he was up and his defense held him down to points, and that's it. That's really it. The most entertaining part about Rodgers was the throws he used to make. Come on, man. Come on, man. That was literally the best thing about Aaron Rodgers, okay? And I'd be the first one to say, is Aaron Rodgers a top 10 quarterback of all time? You could say that. The arm talent is there. But if you look at the rankings, if you look at all the rankings, they got Brees at, 8 or 9, but you want to put a man like Rodgers at 7 and 6, even though he's been the most underachieving quarterback of history? And you can't even say that he started late. Bruh, he started at the same time as Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, y'all remember him? Yeah, Super Bowl choke Matt Ryan himself. He started there literally at the same time. And if we pay attention, if we actually break it down, Matt Ryan has won an MVP. He went to a Super Bowl even though he lost. And he beating Aaron Rodgers in freaking passing stats. He is beating Aaron Rodgers in all-time passing yards. If Aaron Rodgers was to retire today, he won't have anything besides MVPs that carry his legacy because he's not solidified it as nowhere near in the top 10 of most of the freaking stats. Yes, he throw the least interceptions. Yeah, that's an amazing feat, all right. That's the best feat you could probably have, but literally compared to other feats quarterback is making, it's not even close. And my problem with, this whole Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees ball, because yes, I am a Saints fan. Y'all can look at the shirt. I got a picture of Drew Brees on my shirt. I am a Saints fan. So I do have a little bias in this situation. But when I saw Brees play week in and week out and see what he had to deal with, no other quarterback is doing that. Y'all like to say Brees was an underachiever himself. Y'all name a quarterback who could come on a team with zero defense. Put up 40 points a game just to get a win. Name them. Put them in the comment section. Name that quarterback. Because last time I checked, Tom Brady always had a team. Peyton Manning always had a team. Aaron Rodgers always had a team. Joe Montana always had a team. Why you think people say he was better than Brett Favre? Brett Favre has more MVPs, more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. However, people have the gall to say Drew Brees was better than Brett Favre. But people are afraid to go down that, okay, if Drew Brees is better than Brett Favre, then how is Rodgers better than Brett Favre? He hasn't even surpassed Brett Favre in his franchise records yet. He hasn't even solidified that as an all-time Green Bay Packer. He's probably second place, but he's not even coming close to Brett Favre feats. While you have somebody like Drew Brees who already surpassed those feats. If you look at the franchise record throwing between the Packers and the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees is blowing it out the water probably. So he is. He probably is. You could go look at the information yourself. Drew Brees threw like 80,000 total all-time yards. I won't be surprised he had the most but in his franchise and the Packers franchise if he would have played there. So you looking to the topic of this conversation has to end. We're at a point now where we have to look back at these quarterbacks, look at every certain detail, and see what makes these quarterbacks better than the other. Tom Brady will forever be the GOAT. He will forever be the #1 quarterback of all time. You will not change that. There's nothing you can do to change people's minds. He won 7 Super Bowls. He's just that great. He's the all-time passing leader, all-time passing touchdowns. He did all that. He's solidified. You got Peyton Manning, solidified. Joe Montana, solidified. John Elway, solidified. But once you get down to the 5, 6, and 7, you really got to think on that. Is Dan Marino better than Drew Brees? Was Brett Favre better than Drew Brees? No. Was Aaron Rodgers better than Drew Brees? That's an argument that people are having right now, and they're not giving Drew Brees the credit. You could say the man playing in the dome, but the same defense he had to play in that dome was literally the equivalent to him playing in the dome. There was nothing easy for Drew Brees. The New Orleans Saints might play in the dome, not have no weather conditions, but how about when he had away games and he was still putting up more than 40 points to win games? There's no excuse. There's nothing else. While y'all want to give people like Aaron Rodgers every excuse in the book, you want to blame every single person for Aaron Rodgers' failures. However, his failures is up to his own coming. You ain't going to win a Super Bowl when you take up all the team's cap. You ain't going to win a Super Bowl if every single offseason there's some drama. What the heck is a darkness retreat? What the heck is a darkness retreat? Come on, man. And then he got his head coach fired, McCarthy. He's with the Dallas Cowboys, even though the Cowboys are still pretty much bad, but they're getting into the playoffs almost every single year with McCarthy on the city, so it can't be that bad. And then literally, he's blaming his new head coach now. And let's be honest, it's not your head coach's fault that you didn't want to run that touchdown against Tom Brady in the NFC Championship. It's not his fault that you couldn't even beat Jimmy G. You can't blame him for that. You're the thrower of the football. You was hesitating. And we look at playoff success with Brees. Yeah, Brees was probably, Brees had his little ups and downs in the playoffs. But you can't tell me. When Drew, half the time, let's exclude these the last 2 years, the Tampa Bay game and the Viking game. Yes, that was Drew Brees. I do take responsibility, and I'll be the first one. Those 2 games were Drew Brees. But besides that, every single playoff game Drew Brees has played so far, besides that Bears one too. I forgot that Bears one, the NFC Bears one. That one was bad too. That was on Drew Brees. But the rest of them, that wasn't on Drew Brees. When he got off the field, his team was up. Look at the scores of those games. Look what the Saints had to battle out of. Look what the Saints had to do. Look what Drew Brees as a quarterback had to do. He shouldn't have to do all that. If we look, Drew Brees is probably the most unluckiest quarterback of all time. I'm saying it right here, right now. He is one of the most unluckiest quarterbacks of all time. Aaron Rodgers, he was just underachieving. That's no luck, bruh. I can't do nothing against you if you can't beat the Giants. Come on, I can't do nothing if you can't beat the... What can you do? You can look at Drew Brees' playoff games, you can look at Aaron Rodgers' playoff games, and you can actually say with a smiling face, Drew Brees did everything he can to win. When he got off the field, his team was up. It's just Vernon Davis was running up the field in that 49ers game. I don't know what was going on with the defense at that point. Sooner or later, these conversations is going to have to scrap. They're going to have to end. Aaron Rodgers is not better than Drew Brees. Start thinking on it. The Aaron Rodgers now will not come to the accolades Drew Brees has. If all you could tell me is MVPs, it's not a valid reason. It's not a valid reason because he don't even have an Offensive Player of the Year award. And then people want to exclude that award, but they want to make the MVP be like the hypest award of all time, even though half the time they be cheating other people out of it. Eagles fans are mad Jalen Hurts didn't get it, even though, they changed the whole game as a whole. Patrick Mahomes guy. Which out of those two, which one is the more popular quarterback? That's always just going to come down to an MVPs, guys, Saints fans, any NFL fan. The MVP award will always go to the most popular guy and not the most succeeding guy. That's how it's always been. It has been like that for years. When Brees got cheated twice, when Aaron Rodgers won the MVP away from Drew Brees, and Drew Brees had better stats than him besides QBR and interceptions. Brees had more exceptional stats in that year. Completion percentage, touchdowns, passing yards, completion percentage. The only thing he didn't have over Rodgers was interceptions and passer rating. But Aaron Rodgers was the most popular quarterback that year because of his arm talent. Like I said, it's a popularity award. Don't nobody really care about the MVP no more. Stop using that as a way to say that's why Aaron Rodgers was better than Drew Brees, which we all know is not very true. Okay? Brees worked his butt off to get to where he is now. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Has his playoff success has been just as bad as Rodgers? Yes, you can say that. But out of Aaron Rodgers and out of Drew Brees, you could actually look at Drew Brees and say his playoff losses was because he was unlucky. Okay, it was very unlucky. I felt bad for Drew Brees. He should have at least had a second ring, but stuff don't go the way you're supposed to go, okay? That's when luck comes into it. Football is also a game of luck that people don't know about. You got to hope that you get the right calls. You got to hope that all of a sudden, they want to finally throw a flag when it was a blatant PI, when it was a blatant hit on the defensive receiver. You also got to hope that your defense plays enough defense to let you win games. It just wasn't the case for Drew Brees. That's why his failures in the playoffs was that. For Aaron Rodgers, it was more down to him and not getting the job done, more than Drew Brees, just having bad luck. So to you, Jarvis Corner, to you, the Tim, I'm saying this again. Unless you can provide physical proof, unless you could go detail by detail, unless you could literally write me a statistic sheet on why Aaron Rodgers is better than Drew Brees, y'all can kiss it. Y'all can kiss it. Brees is better than Rodgers. Stop playing with Brees. He was a great quarterback. Okay? All right? Point blank. Period. This was your boy, the Who That Center, man. I hope everybody have a wonderful day, and I'm out.